Hey everybody, welcome to today's CotS take. Look at my hat. Coalition of the Sane. It is really hard to get a hat straight when you're looking at a camera, but it's really good to see you guys today. And this is another CotS take, hashtag COTS. Today I'm going to talk about Natasha Owens and the song she just released called The Chosen One. Now we're going to play the whole song here. It's about 2 hours and 40 seconds. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. It was 2 hours. Well, it makes sense too. So 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And when you hear the lyrics, I really want you to listen to it as we go through it. I want to play it really quick, but I want you to notice something at the beginning of the song. When you see this clip, maybe you have to go to YouTube and we'll have that YouTube clip, but looks like it's sponsored by Patriot Mobile. Now, you haven't heard of Patriot Mobile. It's a Trump-aligned cell phone company that likes to take over school boards. And we're going to talk a little bit about that and why this stuff is so important. But I also want to talk about Christian nationalism and also this bizarre sort of Trump shite slinging crap that the people are putting out there and aligning him with Jesus Christ. I mean, think about what I just said. The song is called The Chosen One. So we're going to play the song. And then I want to come back and I want to talk about the incredible lyrics that you hear and why it's so important who sponsored it and where this is actually going.
I'm not saying he's something divine. He gets in trouble bigly time after time. He's controversial, but one thing is true. Imperfect people, a perfect God can use. I'm standing with the chosen one.
I am the chosen one.
Ain't no stopping what the Lord's begun. He's only human like you and me, just a chosen one.
Somebody had to do it.
Chosen one. This great nation is under attack, and its real leader has arrows in his back. So many greet him with a Judas kiss, but God gave us a warrior for such a time as this. I'm standing with the chosen one. Ain't no stopping what the Lord's begun. He's only human like you and me, just a chosen one. The chosen one. Brothers and sisters, lay down your stones. There's only one God and He's still on the throne. I'm standing with the chosen one. Ain't no stopping what the Lord's begun. He's only human like you and me, just a chosen one. The chosen one. He stands for me. He stands for you. He stands for freedom. He stands for truth. Trump is the chosen one.
Now, I know that was the longest 2 minutes and 40 seconds of your life. I think at some point you need to go read the comments, but you still see there's getting close to 200,000 views on this song. And I don't know how it's doing on, Spotify. I don't think I want to look. But why is this so important? First of all, I'd like to know if Patriot Mobile paid her to actually do the song. Who wrote the lyrics? Was it actually her who helped? Was a Trump campaign part of it? All those things. But what should really bother you are the lyrics and the fact that Trump is being aligned with or is being compared with sort of deity or somebody who's been absolutely blessed to go forth and be POTUS based on some higher calling or people who have a direct line to the supernatural. And I'm going to tell you this, anybody who tells you they have a direct line to the supernatural, if it's a prophet that comes to you and says that they have something to impart to you because some spirit told them, and it doesn't matter if they're Christian or Islam or Jewish or Hindu or Buddhist or somebody who has a spiritual connection or a mystic or a psychic, yeah, they're full of shit. and they're shysters and they're grifters. Now, some of them might be true believers, and that should scare you as much. But those who are trying to pull one over, like this Natasha Owens, who actually wrote the song, my guess is there's some payola on the back end through Patriot Mobile, maybe. I think I'd like to find out. I'd like to find out if the Trump team was actually a part of it. And when you see the lyrics, there's even some of the bizarre lyrics about almost the imperfect vessel motif, but that he's actually the one who's under fire. And also you have the lion in there. Now, I know you guys have seen some pictures of some of the religious leaders, posing with a lion picture behind them. Donald Trump has that a lot, even on Etsy. Check this out. Yeah, that picture. That should excite you. But you also have this whole thing where the lion is sort of supposed to be part of the Christian, way of looking at things, right? That Jesus isn't the lamb, he's the lion. There's almost a bizarre aggression, violence aspect to it. And I think that's what you're seeing with the Christian nationalism bent. But then you have also the sponsorship of these things, and you have this only Christian conservative phone company called Patriot Mobile. And you can see what they're doing, right? Is the fact is that they're out there actually helping to fund campaigns and candidates at the local school board level, which actually came from sort of a Steve Bannon type of strategy where it really isn't about the national elections. You have to go from the ground up. And why do I find this so incredible? Is because I was in the deposition with Enrique Tarrio, the leader of the Proud Boys, on January 6th, who also said that they were learning from Roger Stone, very close to Steve Bannon. As you know, they're probably spirit animals for each other, that the best way to win isn't from the outside, it's by winning elections from the inside and tearing it up that way. And that if he had to do it over again, Tario, I think the implication was is they wouldn't be storming the Capitol, they would be funding elections at the local school board level to push their Christian nationalism, Western chauvinism, let's just call it what it is, white nationalist, white supremacy message to those, across the country. So it's layered, right? You have Patriot Mobile, you have a song by Natasha Owens, you have Patriot, you have actually the lion motif in there. And you also have all these connections to Bannon, to Roger Stone, right? This type of thing of taking over local school boards. And this song will be played at rallies eventually. And let me tell you, Natasha Owens, she could cash in. She could actually cash in. Now the song's so over the top, you almost think it's mocking or it's parody, but it isn't. It's real. And so, as we're thinking about this going forward, how many more of these do we have? But look at the sponsorships of these individuals. Look how they're connected. Read about Patriot Mobile. Wonder who the people are behind this, because that does suggest some coordination. Now, is it illegal? No, most likely not. Is it insane? Most likely yes. For anybody to think that Donald Trump, the grab him by the pussy candidate, is somehow the chosen one, or the person who's been found liable for sexual assault, the person who's been convicted of 34 felonies, the person who doesn't mind hanging around with Jeffrey Epstein, the person who doesn't mind sleeping with porn stars and Playboy bunnies, even when his wife's pregnant, that guy, the guy who makes fun of workers, the guy who makes fun of the handicapped, if that's the person that's the chosen one, count me out to the Christian nationalism message forever. And I think all of us who actually were raised that way, like I was, I'm not really overtly religious at all anymore. Hell, I own distilleries, but I think we have to come to a final type of thing that this is starting to look more and more cult-like. It's starting to look a little bit crazy. That one pasty dude who couldn't even serve in the military and who's just been a con man his entire life is somehow the vessel by which the Lord shall save this country. So I appreciate you all, and just to let you know that the Coalition of the Sane, we just hate that Christian nationalist bullshit. And we don't think there's anybody who's the chosen one through some supernatural entity that perches on their shoulder and tells them they've got to vote for Trump because Jesus wants you to. Insane. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed today's Coalition of the Sane, and let's get to work.